Thank you, Svedhanshu, and thank you, sir, for a wonderful journey of Metro Jail. And I think me being with the flagell for some time when I was in, it was a really good connect for me. And thanks for that. So a great evening once again, everyone. So just let me share my screen. Though there is something which I'm quite called as elevating the marketing presence. I felt when we are talking about everything about top of mind, it's mindful branding and how we will be achieving the top of mind status. I think we as a marketeer is one thing which we are doing is how we will get that slot in our customer's mind, right? And today we will be discussing something how to reach that, right? So I would like to start with a just a recent story, not about the brand per se, but I think there is a lot of connect. I had a childhood friend when I was, she was a little elder to me, but afterwards we moved different in different directions, hardly any connect. But I remember her birthday because it was just a day before Sankranti, 13 Jan. This year also I was remembering, though I had a number and everything, we hardly in touch with each other. So I was remembering and I was about to just send a message to her. And to my surprise, her message was there on the WhatsApp. Just imagine on her birthday, she sent me a message. You can imagine the level of happiness what I felt, not just because it's a coincidence that I remember her and she remember me. She remember me at the same time she recalled me. That itself gave me a lot of uh, that that achieve a sense of achievement, a sense of fulfillment. She made my day on her birthday rather. So I think this is a small one, but this talks about how the recall is something which leads to the success. And when we are talking about the market share, brand equity, all this revolves around the overall brand recall. And when we are talking about, let's just discuss or define what is where we are talking about brand recall is the ability of a consumer to remember without any visual cues or any visual audible any cues. And that's what we keep on saying ki this is spontaneous recall, means doctors top of mind recall. That's the way. And then, or we can say unaided response, because it's there always in their his or her mind. And when it is required, he or she can remember. My customer remember my brand. So that is something brand recall. So how this brand memorability is classified. So uh, let's little deep down what we can look at it is the first step is like awareness, the memorability stage one we can say, where doctor or our customers like, they are aware of, they know, they have seen somewhere. And that's it's not when they see something, it's maybe some visual elements like logo, color, they remember, yeah, I have seen this. Okay, so when we have a new launch, this is the first step, right? So what we need to do to create that awareness, let's say we all are in the maybe brand planning phase, or maybe launching. In that time we are launching few brands. So what we do, so we create that campaign, we create advertisement, so that there is a increased visibility. Now come to the stage 2, where it comes to the second, or there is a recognition, or it's one step further to, sorry. So
Yeah,
there is a,
ma'am, just sorry for interruption. Can you make it full screen? Because it's coming from a...
this is,
Yes,
I think, is
yes,
this visible?
yes, it's now.
Okay. Yes, yes. So then the second step is that recognition, or now doctors are aware, associate my brand with certain attributes. It's one more step. The memorability stage 2, we can say. So there, where we will be able to look at it, maybe a consistent messaging. There is some consistency. My sales team is consistently keep visiting doctors, and there is some customer experience we are sharing, right? So this is association or recognize. Doctors are now recognized. I'm just talking about doctors and in our parlance. The third one is a recall. This is something where we are trying to achieve or gaining some traction. Doctors remember now my brand, where it's a it's I'm gaining the credibility in that stage. When it's a recall, I'm gaining the credibility. And when in this stage, how I'll achieve or how I'll reach to this stage, where I'll have consistent, maybe what my attributes, maybe the quality, I'll share the customer experience and build that recall or build that credibility. The stage 4, the preference. There is a difference when doctor recall the brand. So when I say, I take, let's say, any example, I know there is a new brand which has come, and I recall very well, but still I have not purchased it. So maybe a cosmetic or maybe any household term, my friends told me, I also know, because there is a lot of advertisement I keep seeing on the social media, but I still not purchased it. I'm still happy with my existing, what I'm currently buying. But in the preference stage, now I know this is one which is the one, because there is a lot of confidence building has happened, and I prefer brand, and doctors started writing my brand. So then the next stage is the brand loyalty. You have done it. Where I'm these are my loyal doctors or loyal customers, and for them I have gained that loyalty. Then the last and the final stage is like a holy grail. Doctors not only prescribe my brand, but they advocate. So if you remember, uh, in any category, there are certain brands which, see, it's Crocin or a Dolo. My non-pharma friends or non-SAM medical background, they were very confident and they were talking about these brands. That's because they were so popular. Very easy, very easy. The recall was so strong, isn't it? So now, when we are talking about what we do at each stage, maybe you will find that these are too many things in this. But I'm just trying to make a point that try evaluating at which stage your brand is and what you are doing. Are we doing enough? Are we doing enough for that? Or do we really need to step up? If, I'm sure you all know what you are doing and how you are doing. I'm just trying to make you a little more aware about, just try to analyze on a regular basis where your brand is and what you need to do next, and keep evaluating. That's the Uh, so let's start discussing this, how to do that. Though we are talking about at this stage, we do advertising, at this stage, there is a experiential marketing, or we keep talking. There is a method to madness. So it's like how to look at it. So when we are talking about our brand, there is always me as a brand manager. It's my brand. I know everything well, and I'll do one, two, three, four, five. Where is a customer in this? But now I think the marketeers are well aware about it, and it starts from customer. So it's not me, it's you, from where it's all starts. So I'm sure we all know the customers, but try to get into the depth of the customer journey, the doctor's journey, the patient journey. What are their pain points? What are the opportunities? It's not only pain points, it's something, even somewhere we have to, we our brand can inspire our patients, and doctors will be more than happy. So what is that gap? Once I'll identify a gap, then I will match with my brand attribute, and then I think that is the thing which will differentiate me. So when everyone is saying ki I'm in a Me Too market, each one of us, the way each one of us are different, we have different strengths, differentnesses. Each brand, though in the same market, the same molecule, is different because all these attributes are different. What you understand your customers is different than your competitor. So, and the entire marketing is how well we understand. So first is this: when we understand what are currently doctors' preferences, what are uh, their what they are looking at from us, more than science, what they are looking at. When we know this, then we think we need to look at our look at our brand. Coming back to our brand, and see, in this entire clutter, when there is a lot of information, try to share what is that you are, how you are standing out, how you are different. So that's that comes with the brand identity, brand values, and emotional connection. I'll just give you an example of that's a top of mind recall. When Scorpio launch, though it's out of the uh, different industry, but it's a really nice example. In the Scorpio launch, the line they shared: the car you walk into, not crawl into. See the way, the simple suggestion, but then the non-ingenious person like me realized, oh my God, when in every car we used to really go inside and sit, whereas in this you can go directly, you walk and sit. See, the car must have different features, different uh, newer elements they must have added when they. It's at the time when they shifted here from the rural to the urban one. Na? The Scorpio was a more a stylish, or the that sort of a car in the newer part of it. But the way they have talked about one element, I think that made the difference. So from where this line comes, the idea is the idea is from where the line comes. The line comes from I how well I know my brand, and that's the brand identity. What how I value, what are values my brand, and how the emotional connection is, right? So brand identity. So brand identity is I no, but I'm just saying it's a set of elements which will associate with you. It start with your brand name. Start with your brand name, your logo, the typography, the color scheme, the image, brand imagery, the entire brand associations. All these will constitute the your brand identity. Right? So because the way the Apple logo, wherever you see that, you will identify. The swoosh by Nike, you identify. So I'm just thinking, can how we will create that brand identity in the doctor's mind, because when doctors see that, so there was a one old brand Trica at which they made that butterfly very pertinent, and that made uh, that logo, that butterfly was very synonymous with the brand Trica. My team members will identify. There will be many more, but why I'll not associate that, so that we can create that connect with my customers. Correct? And what is the value proposition I'm offering? So that is, I think, there I'll make make that difference. So when I'm giving you example, there will be example of each in the subsequent slide. So this is how I'll define my brand identity. What See, if let's say a brand like Dufasto, it's a for a it's a progesterone brand, whereas it has right from font, color, it all aligns well with the therapy area, the customer segment it caters, so on and so. You see the brands like Volini, the way it is written in the all caps. When you write brand in the all caps, you show that strength, the power, right? So with this, what you are looking at, with everything should go well. So that will create your brand identity. Because see, when you are talking about the efficacy, the power, and when you have a very thin brand logo, it will look really odd, right? Whereas, and once that goes well, it creates that brand identity. Of course, the color also plays a very important role in that. So all these associations, and regarding these brand associations, I've observed there are, when we create a logo, or when we are designing a logo, and then we really want so many elements to associate with brand, we feel that looks really nice. But if you are not able to make them as a part of your logo, the way these all top logos are recognized by the customers, I suggest don't use it. Then let it your only brand remain. At least doctor can see clearly the brand without any other elements around it. If you are ready to leverage those as a part of your brand identity, please go ahead. Correct? So when you will define your brand identity, it will help you in your brand recall. So a compelling value proposition. So when you are talking about the way I was referring, the brand Volini, the very strong brand, strong color, all caps, that shows the power. So when I'm talking about value proposition, pain relief in 2 minutes. So what is that value proposition Volini will have? Efficacy. Okay. And then there are things that Volini is a pain reliever in a multiple indication. So it's even the versatility. So it shows from a sports person to this homemaker, everyone, or even some chronic pain as well. So this, and then they talk about number one doctors recommended, that talks about trust. So this, when I'm very powerful, I'm empowering patients across age profile. I am gaining that trust of as number one doctors recommended brand, right? So that's the importance of value proposition understanding. Why? See, I'm sure we all know, but when we are sitting for a brand planning in the so many things, these are the main important things, and I request spend time on these part which will help you to build a really differential strategy. Consistent brand message. So Pediasure, when you're talking about a nutritional brand like Pediasure, they are talking about a growth. So see, there are different messages, but they have consistently maintained that growth part. Let's say better immunity, visible growth, 50% more growth, visible growth in 8 weeks, less infection, more growth. So saying I want means here it was very clear that Pediasure brand want to be associated with children growth, right? So your copy may change, but ensure that you have a consistent brand message. When I'm I'm getting a new brand in my portfolio, I feel nahi, this earlier brand manager have not done well. This is, and because of that the brand is not, I'll make a change. So make changes based on what the brand demands. And consistency is always a key when it comes to brand recall. So emotion part. So emotion, I think I have seen one ad, a Duracell battery have done a really good campaign. I couldn't share here, little longer campaign, but this I'll just explain you in 2 minutes. A, a dad is in army at a different place. He put the Duracell in a toy and record a message, "I love you, my daughter," and he courier it to it. The daughter overjoyed, but later on she found that it's just his voice. It's not him actually, and then it faded away. That toy every day keep talking about me. I love you. I miss you. That keep on doing, and she keep on. She felt more and more. She bad about her father not with her. And one day he came, and it was a really emotional story. So see, it's not that they are trying to make share only their benefit. What they are trying to give a beautiful story about a father and a daughter, and in this they subtly share the role of consist long acting long batteries, what Duracell is talking about. So this is something really nice. I don't know whether you have seen this. Let me know if this video is working. Huh? It's working.
Yes, yes. It's just not audible, but it's working.
It's a little long ad, but what I'm trying to say, see the way very creatively, this is a patient awareness on clotting factors. So how clot forms, how it makes this, and they have this, Roche have the monoclonal antibodies. So how that it's explaining the mechanism of action video, but how beautifully they are making it as a team sports team, and how they work together as a team and perform all these functions together, and that make how how they function, and how when there is a clot happen. It's a long video, but making it in the form of an animation and making it as a in a story of a sports is itself is very creative and connecting, isn't it? So try evaluating on all these different emotional or creative parameters, which will help doctors to remember a lot. I'm sure there is uh, a there are now many creative options are available with us, and we will be able to look at it little more seriously about it. Coming to educational marketing. So let's say after this brand identity, brand value, and making it more emotional, the continuation, how I'll be a preferred brand which will help doctors to give the best available education when doctor demands. That should be the objective, right?
Can I
So,
interrupt, Nivedita? Can we have the
sorry,
full screen?
sorry.
Can we have the full screen slideshow?
Oh, sorry. It was, yeah. So, so it's when it's a educational marketing, try to understand the needs and create high quality content. And again, go back to the brand. When you are understanding the customer needs, try to understand at what stage your brand is, what is the brand demands, whether we need to create the awareness, whether you need to build the confidence, and accordingly club both the aspects and create a high quality of content. So, and currently, I'm sure you all are using different formats and channels, thereby re-emphasizing on the role of on the content. So there are maybe the senior doctors, they prefer it on they prefer the print collaterals and or connecting with each other, go for such conference CMEs or roundtable meetings. Wherever you feel there is a digital will help, because digital will give you a lot of avenues, maybe the videos, podcast, so on and so forth. So what are the channels which you will prefer by your doctors? What are the doctor segment we are targeting, and accordingly we can use those. Of course, collaborate with experts for their testimonials or for their opinions. Always have their its own advantages. One way we strengthen our KOL pool of KOL. At the same time, we disseminate the information from experts. Correct? And please don't restrict to your molecule only. Give more information about the therapy area, what is going on beyond the therapy area. That will interest doctor more. And the way the engage in the storytelling. I've seen how the way the stories are formed, and I'm sure in the medical, in disseminating medical information also, you can make it in the form of a storytelling. There are interesting ways available. Please engage. We have you have resources available. Please utilize them. So leveraging digital, recently, this is a news I have just captured. Glenmark has received the Best Consumer Healthcare Digital Marketing Campaign Award. How more and more pharma companies will be part of this Consumer Healthcare Digital Marketing Campaign Award? Because we keep hearing that pharma is little behind embracing the digital one. But these such news really made me proud that yes, we are also trying to go to that level and bag these awards. So this is something this is good, and I'm sure more and more brands will be part of it. So with whole of these, how we will keep our brands in front of HCPs through consistent marketing efforts. And those marketing efforts are pertaining to tailor to your brand and your customer needs. That is more important, right? So here, can we have a quiz, or I don't have a time, and then I will take the question. Sorry, I'm asking the quiz. So if you want, we can have the quiz, or otherwise, this is all what I have to say in this half an hour, but you can ask the questions.